Hey there, bronies and ghouls! Warlock Boo here, and today we are going to talk about dungeons and discords. This episode, I was looking forward to it, and now I don't know if I like it or not. The premises of Dungeons and Discords, it's basically Dungeons and Dragons. It's about Spike, Big Mac, and Discord. While the main six go to Yakistan, which actually I'd want to know what happened there. The three of them play Dungeons and Dragons. Spike and Big Mac invite Discord because they feel bad for him because he wanted to hang out with Fluttershy and she has a mission. This in itself seems nice. Now, I was hoping that he gets there, he thinks it's going to be a big guy's night out. He wanted to... Basically, it sounds like he wanted to go see strippers. I mean, okay, sure, in a little girl show, sure, go ahead. But it turns out they're going to play Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, the setup they have for Dungeons and Dragons looks authentic. I actually like the way it's set. It reminds me so much of when I play Dungeons and Dragons. Backstory on me, I love Dungeons and Dragons. Played games, Baldur's Gate 2 is one of my favorite Dungeons & Dragons computer games. I love... Purry Belt is addicted to Neverwinter Online on our Xbox. We like Dungeons & Dragons. I played the tabletop game. She hasn't. I have. I love it. Haven't played in a while, though. But there's one thing I do gotta say. How is Spike the Dungeon Master and a character? That's a conflict of interest. I get there's only 3 of them, but come on! Sorry. That was my ramble. But they actually have a very real-looking setup. Of course, this card's annoyed. Because he thought they were actually doing some guy's night out. Now, I gotta say I love the characters, though. Spike is a wizard. Which actually makes sense him wanting to do magic. In love with the character, that's a lot like Rarity. Big Mac is a paladin, I think, and he's a unicorn in this world. I like that. It took from his dream. He really wants to be a unicorn. I think that's hilarious. And, well, I think he's actually a Death Knight. Maybe? I'm not sure. And Discord, he basically half-asses his character. He's a ranger, or they call it archer, but it's a ranger. Looks a lot like Legolas. But Discordier. And, yeah, he doesn't really care about the game. He just keeps getting annoyed because they're kind of teasing him while playing. Then he tries to show him how a real guy's night out. And I like where they went. It reminds me of the old party shows. Kind of looked like 60s bars and stuff. A lot of Discordy humor. But again, I was really hoping they'd show more Dungeons and Dragons. Then he teleports him to a Dungeons and Dragons world that their game's set in. Basically makes it so they're going to die no matter what. They get mad at Discord. He brings them back. And they basically tell him the only reason they invited him because they felt bad for him. Because they know he has no friends besides Fluttershy. And he tries to play it off, oh, I have all these friends, I'm going to leave. But you can tell he's sad. He's moping. He's like, oh, I'm just going to leave now. No, please don't just ask me to come back now, please. You know, yeah, he wanted to stay, it turned out. When he realized they were doing it because they felt bad for him and that he really didn't have friends, he kind of felt like an idiot on his part. Which I did like that. It showed actually growth for Discord. It wasn't just like a half-ass growth either. He generally realized he had been an ass. Yeah. So they decide they feel bad. They call him back. And he gets into the game. Actually, he generally starts liking it. He even brings back it so it's in real life. But safer so they're not going to die. And when the main six get back in the morning, they open the door and they see a war going on. Discord, Spike, and Big Mac as their characters fighting off paper copies of the bad guys. Twilight's just like, we should leave. And no, Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash are like, nope, we're in this game. And they jump in and get excited. Rainbow Dash turns into a rogue. And Pinkie, and I swear this is the most head-on thing, becomes the bard. That is perfect for her. And they join the game. Which, okay. My big problem with this, though, they promise us this Dungeons and Dragons episode, but it really feels like they didn't want to do it. I mean, it had good premises, but it just felt like it had so much filler, and they took away so much from the actual Dungeons and Dragons. Felt like the commercials, I think, did it for me. It really felt like it was going to have more. A lot more. Like, they'd be in this Dungeon and Dragon world more. You'd see more of it. You'd see how it worked. But they really didn't. It was mostly Discord griping about how this is boring, how this is... But, so that kind of turned me off from the episode. And maybe I'm just being picky because I'm a big player myself. But it did. But I did like that Big Mac and Spike, they show that the two are friends. Big Mac has an interest in something besides farming. You only ever see him do farming. So it's nice to see that he's more of a character. He's likes Dungeons and Dragons, which isn't something you think he'd like. I mean, that's kind of fun in and of itself. He's more creative than you think. Spike, I could pretty much guess would. And then Discord at the end really liked it. And then you get Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie at the very end ending up liking it. So they may start doing Guys Night with them. I gotta say the ending was my favorite part. Which I really enjoyed the ending. But it was the middle that really I didn't like. I mean, Discord was Discord. Spike was Spike. Big Mac was Big Mac. The characters were done right. They were done perfect. It's just, I don't know. It felt like it fell short of what I was thinking. But I think I hyped myself up for this way too much. And the commercials made it look more Dungeons D&D-ish, I guess. But that's my thoughts on it. What are yours? Leave me a comment. Tell me if I'm just being overreacting. Tell me if I'm being right. I'd love to hear. Tell me what you thought of the episode. And this is Warlock Boo, saying hoping to be spooking y'all later. Bye.